Hello, sisters, and welcome to your holiday challenge for today with Julie Santiago. Hi, Julie.
Hi, honey. I'm so glad to be
I
here.
We're both so giddy right now, and I hope you ladies can join us in our giddiness. We're having a booming friendship, and these moments are so sweet to get to hang out. But especially because, Julie, our friendship so far is a lot around connecting with each other and what things mean to us while we're being of service and sharing those with other people. And this is a really sweet moment of that, too. So we've just been talking, ladies, about her challenge, and I'm gonna just go right into it and we'll jam a little bit because this is a really special challenge and a really special moment for you that Julie is gonna bring, and I'm just excited for all of us to share this challenge today, particularly together. So, Julie, tell them what you're thinking and feeling and about this challenge today.
Thank you, babe, so much. Hi, ladies. I'm so happy to be here with you. I just feel like this is one of the most exciting times all year to be a part of Janine's holiday challenge in this way. And what I want to share with you today is maybe a little bit something different, but to me, it's the most important thing in the world, which is contribution. So, what are you contributing? How are you contributing in every moment in your life? I feel like women are such natural healers and givers, but the challenge today is to specifically contribute to a cause or to a person, to a thing, to a belief or an organization that you believe in. And it can be something really simple. It can be buying coffee for the person behind you in line. It can be buying a homeless person a sandwich. It can be volunteering at a soup kitchen for the holidays. There are so many small ways that you can contribute, but one of the things that makes us feel connected to the world, especially around the holiday times, is being a part of something greater than ourselves. Mm-hmm. And one of the ways to do that, and this is what I'm inviting you into the challenge today, is to choose something that makes your heart swell with love. And do that. Take an action. Don't wait. Wrap holiday gifts. Do something that makes you feel like you are tangibly and physically contributing to a cause.
So, Julie, you and I were talking before about contribution and how it relates to being in leadership, specifically in feminine leadership. And I was kind of sharing, actually, the first time Julie and I met was at a retreat that I lead each year called Captivating Feminine Leadership. And she was leading a whole workshop around the masculine and feminine and helping the women in Mentor Masterclass who come to understand how we are both and integrating those in a divine way. And this is one of the, I think contribution is one of the things that comes up that we identify as something that leaders do. We identify as people who are making a difference and being of service in the world, are often making space for big causes or attached to one or giving some of their time in relationship to their work. And you women who are called to this challenge, it's because you're asking yourself, do I have what it takes to step into really so much ownership and leadership in my own life to run my own business, a business that would ask me to be of greater service? And I think part of that is because of your deep desire to contribute. And Julie, I know I do this, that I have all these causes. Sex trafficking is on my mind. Mental illness is one thing that's on my mind. Shit happening in the politics is on my mind, things that I want to stand up and make a difference for. And there are so many blocks and excuses that have me say one day, or it'll be easier, or this is why I can't do this right now. And so I just wonder if you want to speak to that, because I think this challenge is really special, and it's what the challenge is all about. Healing those blocks and things that have us make it more complicated or that keep us from being in our leadership right now. Do you want to say anything about that?
100%. Thank you. You said that so beautifully. I think one of the things that stops us is simply a feeling of overwhelm. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, I see myself here. I want to get there, but I don't know how to get there. Or I feel myself here and I see the world breaking down here, but what do? I'm one person. There's that quote, right, that it's something, the Martin Luther King quote about how it's one devoted person that can change the world with a cause, right? So my invitation really about this is not to figure out the whole picture, but to take one thing, one small baby step, and take action today. Like, we always are going to have excuses. And I think that voice of like, it's too big or I can't do it, whether that's building your own business or contributing to the causes that you believe in, part of us stops ourselves because we don't know how the whole picture is going to play out. We end up being frozen and not doing anything and not contributing at all and feeling worse about ourselves, right? So as women, you know, part of this is we lead from our hearts first. So that's the real invitation. Like, if you care about dogs, contribute to the Humane Society, right? If you care about trafficking, contribute that. Like, what is it that like breaks your heart wide open and go in that direction, right?
You know what I'm realizing too? It's sometimes it's also that the thought of it's what I can do right now is not going to be enough. Like, I could give $5, but that's so minuscule, so forget it. That, you know, I think that happens too. And I think a little is enough, and it's so powerful.
Yes, absolutely. A little from a lot of people is enough to change the world. Yeah. I think that's what we have to remember right now, is that it's like, we're not going to change the system without the people changing. And we are the people, right?
We are our culture.
That have to make the changes first. And we have to do that with our actions and in small ways.
Yeah, because even if you don't have the money, I'm noticing this too lately, even if you don't have money to give or time to give, even if you like research something for 20 minutes and then speak about what you've learned and share it publicly, that is a huge step.
Absolutely. Learning to be real about what we care about and to share it in any way that we can, which I love. It's like, it may just be a Facebook post. It may be a conversation with a loved one around the holidays. It may be smiling at a stranger who looks kind of angry, or like choosing to let someone go in front of you with the grocery line. It's like, these are the little things that cultivate more love within ourselves and pulls out. And that's what we're trying to do in our lives. And we can play a part. We just have to start small and take action.
Beautiful. I love how you simplified it as really leading with your heart and contributing to something you really believe in. I'm so excited for this challenge today. And it also, I want to mention the way that you've done that, Julie, because sisters, Julie and I met in Sonoma right before, if you heard about this, all the fires that broke loose in Northern California, all the homes and things that were lost. We were actually on a retreat center. So Julie lives in Sonoma. I'll let you speak more about that, Julie. And the retreat center that we met at and were leading on retreat was actually in the line of fire just a week after leaving it. So all the women that gathered there, we were like on the edge of our seat because we'd already committed to come back next year and love the ancient wisdom that comes through the center. And we were all so worried and it was saved. It did make it through the fires. But Julie, I want you to share a little bit about your story, because you've actually started a bit of a movement and a cause of your own as a result of these fires.
Yeah. Thank you, honey.
Yeah.
I remember getting your text message. You were like, oh no. Yeah. I mean, okay. So what do I say about this? I live 5 minutes from our retreat center, right? And so we had no idea what was going to happen. 407 people have lost their homes in Sonoma County because of these fires.
Julie's husband is a firefighter. That's also very important. So he was also, in the line of saving all of these, doing his best to contain these fires.
Yeah. Thank you for saying that. It's very close to home. And when we were in this hopeless place, and I think this is a really important message for this particular challenge, is I felt totally hopeless. I had no idea if my home was going to burn down. I had no idea if our neighborhood was going to be gone, even if my home made it, which it did. I knew our neighborhood was going to be devastated. So in that moment of feeling hopeless, my question was...
While your husband's out fighting these ferocious fires, not knowing if your husband could come home tonight. I mean, I'm sure that's a reality some days, right?
Yeah, like it's when crazy. He gets sent to wildfires, he can be gone for weeks. And my question was, what can I do right now? So I feel completely out of control. Like, there's literally nothing that I can do, quote unquote, but what can I do? Like, what is in my control? What is in my power? And I just asked that question. And the first thing that came to mind was start a GoFundMe campaign for all the local people in the neighborhood. And so I did it. And I did it because it was something that I could do. I had no idea how much money we would raise. Our goal is 10,000. We're just under 8,000 now. And like, that's going to be able to like, I mean, and everything that we're doing is going to be contributing to like local families who lost their homes, and we'll probably be doing it around the holiday time. So like, like buying, gifts and presents and foods and turkeys and things like that. But I guess my point is like, when everything felt hopeless, rather than choosing hopelessness, my question is always, what can I do? And it felt small, but it allowed, I think hundreds of people have donated, and it allowed those hundreds of people to feel like they were doing something, right? And this is how contribution really works.
Tell us a little bit about who you'll be helping with the cause. So how many people lost their home, and for women who might not know the update, like the after, now that it's been said and done, the damage that it caused.
So I think the numbers, like money-wise, it's like in the billions. I think it's something like $5 billion of damage. 40,000 people were displaced, and the number right now, hundreds and hundreds of businesses have been lost, but almost 500 people's homes have been burned to the ground. So part of what my husband and I will be doing over the next month with this money is being in the neighborhoods and going to shelters and partnering with churches and partnering with, there are hundreds of people that are still displaced. So we'll really be doing like on the ground research to decide where the money goes. And anybody who contributes, we're emailing people and letting them know, $1,000 went here, $200 went to this family to buy this thing for this birthday or whatever it is. So that's kind of what our plan is, to keep it really local in Sonoma.
It's so sweet to get to know, too. That's great that you're emailing people and sharing with them what you're doing. I think the biggest thing when there are big problems like this and the many others in our world is that it's the small things, for me, that make it the most real and have the greatest impact. It's like thinking about when you say businesses burned down, it's like someone who's been running their hardware company for 20 years and lost it, and all the people that used to go there, and the people who owned it, and the employees that lost their jobs, maybe even their homes too, because they lived nearby. And then, like you said, that Christmas is coming and they've lost all of their pictures, their home where their families gather. It's like those little things, when you think about it, that if we lead with our heart, how could we not want to do something? And so it's really beautiful that you, in your busy life, as a leader already who services women day to day for your work in the world, is also making space for this. And so you're really walking your talk in the challenge that you're asking these women to invite themselves to today as well.
Yeah. Thank you, honey, so much.
So we're going to share the link for Julie's GoFundMe campaign. If your heart is really pulled toward what happened with these fires in Northern California, that can be something that you can use as your challenge to contribute today. So we're really excited to support you in that, Julie. And no matter what it is, the fun part of the challenge is that we're doing this in sisterhood. So we get to see all the thousands of women in the challenge who are participating and what they choose to do. And we can learn so much. If you're just like, I don't know where my heart is pulling me, we can look at the hashtag #Holiday Challenge and see what other women are sharing and doing, and maybe your heart will pull you towards something. Is there any particular way you want them to capture this in a photo or share it, Julie?
Yeah, I think it depends on what you do. If you go somewhere, if you do something, if there's something physically you can show us. But my real invitation is do something today. Do not wait until tomorrow.
Oh, they're supposed to complete it today. They've got 24 hours.
So I post what you're doing. I want to celebrate you. I want to see it. So my invitation is this is what I've done. Take a picture of yourself and show us how you feel afterwards. I just did this thing and this is how I feel. So even if you can't take a picture of the thing, take a picture of yourself so that we can all see what it feels like for you having contributed to something today.
Amazing. I can't wait to see, ladies. I can't wait to decide myself what I'm going to do. And please tag us, Julie and myself. Our handles are below for our social media. Don't forget to use the hashtag so we can all celebrate in sisterhood together. And Julie, thank you so much for this challenge. Sisters, we'll see you tomorrow. on the other side of your contribution and with a brand new holiday challenge. Bye, ladies.
Oh.